So guys, hi to everyone. How are you? I'm gonna check now. So text me please in the comments. How is the sound? How's everything? So we can start. So. Let me check it out. Everything. Okay, wait a second. Let me check it out like this. For my phone, it's just uploading a bit longer than I expected. Okay, sound is great. Long time no see. Okay. Ooh. Okay, wait a second. Yeah, now everything is good. Perfect. Let's check it out. Okay, it should be good now. Okay, so guys, today is the time for the live stream here on the YouTube. So I hope you are ready for that. Today we just gonna talk about can you trade with just one strategy, and of course in real time we're gonna test with the best one on the platform. Because today's live stream is explores the question: can a trader consistently succeed by using only one strategy all the time? So the discussion highlights that few strategies are truly universal. Most methods works best in specific market conditions and may perform worse during shifts or like turbulence, as we said. However, there is a valid alternative. So, for example, select a single proven strategy, deeply study its strengths and weaknesses as well, and patiently wait for setups that align with it instead of constantly searching for new approaches. So, the key is discipline, of course, and the willingness to wait for the right opportunity rather than chasing every possible trade. So the stream today will test some kind of the philosophy, in real time by applying one of the best strategy on my opinion, definitely for 2025, and refusing to trade unless the ideal setup appears. So today you can see that this method not only helps to preserve capital but also avoids unnecessary losses, emotionally overtrading and confusion caused by switching the systems, because a lot of people like trying this indicator, then they change absolutely a different strategy on a different currency pair, and that's how for like one trading session they change like 3, 4, 5 strategies, and they think, oh, how can I find a good entry points if the markets is always changing? So today we're going to talk about it. For example, examples from long-term backsets in real funds demonstrate how consistent adherence combined with strong risk management can sometimes outperform frequent strategy changes, especially for traders able to be patient. And in the end, also, I will give you some practical recommendations how to select and study strategy, also what waiting for your setup really means, and why sticking to simplicity is often more effective for traders than endlessly chasing the next big thing. Today is going to be really interesting, really productive as usual. Um, Sound is great. Long time no see. Okay, hi from Papua New Guinea. Okay, nice. Text me, by the way, where are you from? Wait a second. I'm gonna text the comments. Hey, um, how are you? Okay, perfect. So yeah, you know, one of my favorite strategy, guys, definitely. I'm not gonna be tired of repeating that because this is my favorite one. So it's also pretty important that the strategy depending on your trading style, because if you trade with the scalping the same as me, like 2, 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes per trade, this strategy is gonna work for you. If you trade like with 10, 15 minutes, or you want to choose this style of trading, the strategy will not be suiting you well, because this is most for the short-term trading, because it's really like all of these indicators really like sensitive, they react really fast, they give a lot of the noise. But at the same time, for the scalping, when the indicators is giving a lot of the noise, is good because we can see all of the information about the price right now, and that's good. But for a longer time of the expiration, too much noise, it's no needed, because that could make you think a little bit differently, and in the long term you will not open the trade that actually needed. So for example, for long term, let me show you first. For the long term, for example, if you trade, for example, with the time frame of like M2, let's do it with the M2 time frame, and for 10 minutes time of the expiration, for example, like this, use alligator indicator, because it's giving us really strong signal about either is the upward or downward trend. Of course it could change, but for the 10 minutes it's fine, definitely. But we also need to find a good currency pair for that. Also with that, I recommend to use better the Donchin channels, but with the Donchin channels it could be a bit difficult to read, but actually no, it's fine. So here we can see the alligator indicator in Donchin channel support and resistance levels of the price, and alligator is showing us the direction of the trend. So now we can see that before the three lines of alligator crossed each other here and started moving in the downward direction, and now we can see there is a big distance between them, they're moving in the same direction, so they're actually looking absolutely the same. So it's giving us a really strong downward signal. At the same time, it's a downward trend going for a pretty long time. So yeah, here we can see that before it was a downward trend, our price achieved, let's read it by the Donchin channels first. It achieved this support level that also was achieved before here, as we can see, right here. A little bit lower it went and started reversing from this level in the upward direction. Now you can see some fluctuations in like this red candle, but actually we still have 9 minutes and 25 seconds, so it's a lot of time. That's why we also choose this kind of the time of the expiration here, because it could fluctuate. So that's how we can miss all of these fluctuations and corrective candles and close the trade after in the plus. Yellow beauty bellies. That's so cute, thank you so much. Can you manage your sound? What is that with the sound? Wait a second, I'm gonna check. A little bit lower it went and started. Oh yeah, it could work pretty. Wait a second. Okay, guys, now it should be good. Should be better, definitely. Let me know in the comments. Now it should be better, definitely. So. Perfect. Okay, guys, that's nice. Yeah, just redo the live stream and that's it. Now it's working better, I think. Yeah, sometimes it's happening like this with the YouTube, and also like, you know, because I have the YouTube open OBC, it's like some program for the live streams, then the pocket option and everything. So that's why perfect. That's why it could be sometimes some difficulties, but for now, okay, it's good. Yeah, he'll just remember me a little better, but still has a delay. Yeah, it could be like this, but I hope it would be better after. Okay. Already everything is fine. Okay, perfect. So here as we can see it's a little bit of fluctuations, but we're gonna check this trade after. So this we talked about the alligator, also how to read that. So when you see that three lines of alligator is crossing each other and start going, for example, in some of the direction, and also we can see a big distance between them and they're going in the same direction, they're almost looking the same, this is a great sell signal. But for example, when we see that all of the three lines of alligator is crossing each other a lot, they're intersecting, there's almost no distance between them, that means that it could be either sideways movement or there is no trend, so it's better not to open a trade there. For example, here we can see it pretty good sell signal here, but it was a lot of the fluctuation, so the lines didn't look that great. For example, here it's pretty well, we can see that all of the three lines is the same, there's the same distance between them, so it's pretty good buy signal here. Here is also a pretty strong and as you can see, if the trend is really strong, the distance between the lines is much more bigger. Here we can see also the lines cross each other and start moving in the upward direction. They're looking absolutely the same. There is the same distance between them and it's pretty wide. So that's pretty great. You can see it was pretty short lines and the distance between them is not that big. So that's how you read by the alligator indicator. It's really good one actually. So I recommend you guys to try it sometime. But we usually trade on the short-term trades, right? So that's why we're gonna check it out. Oh, here it's pretty interesting. As you can see, it's really long downward trend going, but at the same time, the candles is smaller and smaller every time. A lot of the fluctuations on the M2 time frame, so it's not the best chart for the short-time trades. It's better for the longer or 15 minutes. Topic today is the strategies. Is the strategies for, and she's gone. What do you mean? I think everything is working. Yeah, everything is working. Yeah, something with the sound. Wait a second. So that's why we're gonna check it out. Ooh. Here's pretty interesting. As you can see, I think I'm just gonna turn off the camera. Wait, like this. So that's how it's gonna be easier. Crazy. Every time something with the live streams on the YouTube. Every time. Okay. So now we're gonna find the currency pair for opening a short-term trade. But firstly, we need to set up the indicators for opening trades. So for the short-term trading, I really like RSI, MACD also, and moving averages. We're gonna choose them now. So moving average here and here, but we're gonna change the settings of the moving average. So for the first moving average, we change period to 14 and we change here to EMA and we click save. For the second moving average, we change period to 8. What happened? I don't know. Everything is fine. Ma'am, continue your stream. I'm continuing your stream, guys. I'm just turn off the camera because it could give the delays. Maybe. So, for the first moving yeah, because without the camera, it's so much better. I think there's no delay. So yeah. So here, as we can see, I set up all of the indicators. 2 moving averages. Again, one moving average was the period 14 and EMA. And the second one is period 8 and also EMA. We click save. For the RSI, we're gonna change here period to 5 and we click save. For the MACD, we don't change anything. We'll leave it like in the default settings, 12, 26, and 9. That's it. So let's check it out, all of the settings and all of the indicators step by step. This is my favorite strategy, definitely for the short-term trading. So guys, I really recommend you to also try it. So I'm gonna do the screen a little bit like this, so you will see the MACD because I see that it's not that noticeable. Okay. What questions do you have? Wait a second. Don't be shy to ask. There is 30-40 seconds delay. Yeah, guys, there's always on the live streams on the YouTube delay. Unfortunately, even if there's no problem with the Wi-Fi or something, just simply because of the YouTube. Because it's always like this. So that's why, for example, if I have the live stream on the YouTube and I'm sending you signals, I'm always send you signals in the Telegram, not on the YouTube. What's the difference between EMA and SMA? SMA is the fast moving average, and EMA is more longer one. So I'm gonna also tell you more about the EMA and SMA. But firstly, we're gonna check it out how to get the signals from them. So first of all, when we see that two moving averages are crossing each other and going, for example, in the upward direction as here, that could give us the buy signal. Also, if we see that the price is above the moving average, it's also giving us a buy signal. So, and if we see the opposite thing, for example, as here, but this is not the best actually situation, when the two lines is crossing each other, start going in the downward direction, also our price is below the price, that could be a really great sell signal. But as we can see, we got the signal here. If we see it here already, that already our price is below the two lines of moving average. Okay, here we can open a sell trade, but here we need to be really quick also to open a trade. So yeah, so as you can see by the moving averages, we have a different one: SMA, WMA, EMA, SMMA, and TMA. The most popular one is SMA and EMA. So SMA is you will not see that much difference with that, but still it's of course, for example, you can see. So now it's SMA here, one of the lines. I'm gonna also do another color so you can see it. Like this. Here's the SMA, and as we can see, it's more wider between them. And if we change it to EMA, it's much more closer to each other. So yeah, SMA is the simple moving average. So it smooths the price action but reacts slowly to sudden changes. So that's why we don't choose the SMA here, because it's much more slower than the EMA. And here we need like the reaction really quick from the indicator to get the signal and to open a trade. But SMA is mostly using for the longer time of the expiration, so that's how it smooths the price and giving you more consistent, signal, more like stronger than the one for the short-term trading. So yeah, and EMA is the exponential moving average. So it's faster signals but can give more false signals also in choppy markets. So yeah, that's why we use it here, because it's giving us more noise and more reaction faster. And that's how we can, wait a second, I'm gonna do a rollover here. As you can see, I just doubled my amount of money per trade. So that's how we have 3 more minutes to our trade, because here we got some corrective candle when we just open a trade. But now we still have 5 minutes and 25 seconds, so it should reverse in the direction that we need. So yeah, again, in practice, SMA moving average better for identifying long-term trades because it's less noise and smoother line. And EMA better for short-term trading where speed matters. For example, scalping and binary options as well. So yeah, wait a second, I'm gonna check your Lisa, what about 3 moving average and RSI? 3 moving average could be, but at the same time it could be a lot. Like 2 moving averages is actually enough. And so which one moving average do you talk about exactly? EMA, SMA, what kind of periods? When I use the exponential moving average, it doesn't work. And how does it work? Plus, how do I read the trading view? What do you mean it doesn't work? Well, if you use it correctly, it will work. Definitely, if you also put the right periods, period 14 and 8, and you get it, the signals by the crossing of the lines. So yeah, and that's how you rate it also. Again, if you see that two lines is crossing each other, start moving in the upward direction, this is the first buy signal. Also, if you see that the price is above the moving averages, two of them, it's also a buy signal. That's it. And after, you also get the confirmation from the others indicator. For example, is here we can see that our price already in the overbought zone, and at the same time it's not the reason to open a trade in the downward direction, because a lot of people think that when the price achieves the overbought zone, that it's definitely going to be reversal soon, but it's actually not like this. So when you see that the price in the overbought zone, it could be here for a pretty long time, as you can see. For example, like here, like when it was only the start of the upward trend, it was already here in the overbought zone, and for all of the other candles it was here. So it was continuing. So when you see like this kind of the signals, for example, we can see here two lines of moving average cross each other. The price is above the moving average. It's a buy signal. Also, our line of RSI achieved the overbought zone and moving upward. So it's another great buy signal. Here we can see also on the MACD, it's the green pin bars on the histogram crossing the zero level, also giving us a buy signal. Also, we can see here the two lines of MACD is crossing each other and moving from bottom to top. So as you can see, all of the signals here is matched. So that's how we can be sure that we can open here a trade. 3, SMA moving. SMA is mostly for the longer time of the expiration. If you trade on scalping like we do on 2-3 minutes, the SMA will not work great. Can you tell me about yesterday, why we all lost? About yesterday, do you mean the trading session in the test in the main channel? We didn't lost. We closed all of the trades eventually in the plus after the catch-ups. You can see it by all of the screenshots, by everything. Yeah, in the last we had like I think 3 trades that we didn't close first, but after we closed it, so we didn't even do all of the 5 steps. Like as I usually say to you, that you need to divide your deposit into the 5 steps, so you will have 5 chances to open a trade, and we just had I think 3 or 4. So we didn't even use everything, like all of the balance. First of all. Second of all, we eventually closed the trade. I was doing the live stream, I was doing the test trading session like in the main channel. And I was also like texting with the people after, and they said to me that they closed the trade in a plus. I also, guys, always sending to you all of the screenshot. You can check it out also in the main channel, and I send you the screenshot with all of the profit. So I'm sending to you, like for example, here's the plus. You can see the time of the, like this for example, I open the trades and I'm sending to you like here's the open price, closing price, and difference. Here it is, open time and closing time as well. So that's how you can check it out, also your open time and closing time, and to compare it with mine. So yeah, but let me know what kind of result you had, and oh my god, what's up here? So yeah, let me know how it was for you, and of course I'm gonna help you with that if you had any problems. But yeah. Can you tell me about now? Wait a second. Can you tell me about now candle movements so crazy, which way down, but going up, maybe news or why the market in candle that's so crazy? Yeah, sometimes it's happening like this, and that's why also like yesterday the market was always also reversing in the direction that we didn't open the trade, and it's just a correction, so it's absolutely fine. Why you send, when you send telegram signals, there's 8-9 seconds of delay? I saw that. No, it's not, guys. What are you talking about? It's never 8-9 seconds. You can see it on my other live streams where I do a test trading session, the main channel. I send you a signal first and then I open a trade. I never open a trade before I send the signal. I never open a trade like too late after I send the signal. I open it 2-3 seconds after I send you a signal. So that's how you have also the window and the time for opening a trade with me. So I also do a voice trading session, guys. So there's everything second by second. But here on the YouTube, of course, it's a delay. But even when I have a test trading session in the form of the live stream on the YouTube, I'm sending you the signals in a time, like in second. So that's how, like on the YouTube, you can see all of the process, and on the Telegram, you follow the signals. Yesterday, same to same. I don't know how can stand this kind of the situation. We're just follow the risk management system. Risk only 1% of your deposit, so that's how this kind of the situation will not affect you anyhow. Also, use the catch-up system, and that's what we were using yesterday, and we closed eventually all of the trades in the plus. When you see also that the market is kind of crazy, you can just stop. You cannot trade, for example, this day. But for example, me, I cannot stop some of the trading session because people is waiting for this for like a week or something, especially for the test trading session. So that's why I still continue. And I cannot say like, oh guys, we stop and we will not trade today anymore. So yeah, but for some of the people, if you see that, for example, you're scary to open a catch-ups or something, you can just stop and not trade today. That's it. Can you talk about risk management, like how many times we can use martingale? So about the risk management system, I recommend to divide your deposit into 6 steps, like in the really best case. So that's how you can open the catch-ups in case of something. As you can see now, it's also reversing in the downward direction. What's happening is here. It's crazy. Okay, we're just gonna open a few more trades. So that's how, because I changed here the time of the expiration to 5 minutes already. So yeah, and for example, like if your first trade is $1, you didn't close it, you open the next trade for like $2. If this trade didn't work, you open for $4, for $8 and 16, for example. And then it's like 32. So this is like the maximum. And then you need to sum up all of this amount. So it's going to be around like 60 or something dollars. So that's how much you need to have for the 5-6 steps. But at the same time, like if you're too scary to use like and double, you know, your amount of money like this per trade. For example, if your first trade is $10 and you didn't close it, you can use, for example, $11 for the next trade. So that's how you can just cover your losses and be like in the zero, like, you know, not in the plus, but like at least you just cover all of your losses and you don't risk that much. It doesn't matter delayed. Talking about crazy movements so annoy me. Well, what we can do is all about the market. Sometimes it's moving like this. So, what configuration do the EMA you're using have? Don't really understand the question, but if you ask about the settings of the EMA, the period here is 14 EMA and also 8 EMA. So as you can see now, it's reversing pretty good, and I think we're even gonna close the first trades that I thought we didn't close. See, ma'am, I hated this kind of situational movement, so crazy. See, you thought about going up, but marketing going down. Why? Well, I cannot do anything with you hating the movement of the market, sorry. Because this is the market and sometimes it's happened like this. And even if you analyze everything, just a correction happened on the market, just some fluctuations, news drop and everything. Well, if you really hate it, maybe trading is not actually the thing that you need to do because it's always like this. And you'll like, if you're gonna do trading like professionally, you're always gonna face this kind of the situation. So you need to be either ready for that and work with that, either not to work. Then I lost all. Herrick, tell me, what is the situation? I don't understand. Like I have $500, then can you elaborate how many times can I take risk? I recommend to use $5 per trade for you. This is 1%. So you use $5. For the next trade, you can use $10, like if you didn't close the previous one. But if you closed the trade in the plus, you open the next one for $5 again. Don't need to risk too much. It would be better if you will have like $30 profit every day, but at least it's going to be consistent. So yeah. Because I lost $250, $100 at one time. When it happened. Yeah, of course, I can understand. I can understand. I also had this kind of the situation, and sometimes it feels like the market is hating me, and something has happened that you cannot control. But this is true. And at first, also like I had a lot of this kind of the situation. I was so, I don't know. I was so angry on everything that happened, and it feels like the market is going against me. Literally, like when I just open like the market and I just decide to open a trade, boom, it just goes in absolutely different direction. Just need to, like, if you see, for example, that you're already opening the third catch up and you don't want to risk more, you just stop. You're not continue trading. If you see that the market is not going really great, it's a lot of the fluctuations and corrections, again, you just need to stop. Don't need to think that, oh, I'm going to do another catch up right now and I'm going to recover all of this money. It's better if you will just come back to the market tomorrow. You will check how is the situation going and you will open the next trade. We know the situation of market like this now available there. Available where? Sorry. What $50? Can you guys text questions? Because I don't understand what do you mean. I had 62, 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 31. Boom, yes. Yeah, with the $62, that's how you divide your deposit. Yeah, it was like 6 steps. That's it. So guys, as you can see now, it's 7 seconds. It's going pretty well. So it's 2, 1, and we close it in a plus. Perfect. Now I'm gonna change the amount of money and I'm gonna open the trade for 5 minutes here. We didn't got that great entry point, but it's fine because at first, as you can see, it reversed in a downward direction, so we could get the entry point here. But as you can see now, it's pretty good upward trend, upward direction. So yeah, the candles here is aim 2, time of the expiration is 5 minutes. By the area side, the line is above the level 70 going in the upward direction. So I mean, what about if I have $50? You use $1 per trade on also, and then $2, for example, if you didn't close the trade, then $4, then $8. And actually, on this, I recommend to stop. Like if you already do the fourth catch up, it's better to stop at some point if you see that the market is really bad and you don't. And it's better like to continue tomorrow, and again start with like, for example, $1, $2. So that's how step by step, like, yeah, it will take time to recover the deposit again to the $50, but then you will start already having more experience and it's going to be easier for you. But at the same time, I understand that just some people doesn't want to have to spend that much time to recover the money and everything, and they just put it all. So that is the main also mistake here, is not being too doesn't wanting to wait, so yeah, this is the most difficult part. These days I'm only following Lisa's proper strategy and just put only very limit target and stop my trade. Okay. Can you tell me now why you changed time frame, for what reason? I didn't change the time frame. The time frame is the same, M2, as you can see. I just changed time of the expiration because it's pretty consistent upward trend, but as we can see, it's a lot of the correction candles here. And that's why I opened a trade for a longer time of the expiration. So in case if we have some fluctuations and corrective candles, our price still have a time to reverse. That's it. So now we're gonna wait. Also, we're gonna talk about RSI a little bit because I talk about and I show you this a lot, but I don't talk about this too much. So RSI, or other words, it's relative strength index. is one of the most popular, definitely, momentum indicators, because it helps you to see whether an asset, our currency pair, right, is overbought or oversold, and it's often used to spot possible reversals or confirm trends. For example, also some of the people like to use stochastic oscillator. I hope you can see it here. Wait a second, I will just delete the maxi. So yeah, here's the stochastic. It's also kind of look like with, and as we can see even by the movement of the price, it's kind of the same. But the stochastic is a little bit more smoother, because here we also change the RSI. Because if we will change the RSI to default settings, like 14, well, it's not the same with the RSI, of course, and stochastic, but still, with the stochastic, it's pretty good that I like that is two lines here. It's the K period and D period. So if we see that, for example, as here, two lines of stochastic is crossing each other in the oversold zone and start moving in the upward direction, that's pretty strong buy signal. So yeah, here the stochastic is also giving us a lot of the information. But now we talk about only RSI. Here it is. So about the RSI, also RSI measures the speed and magnitude of recent price changes. So it moves between actually 0, as you can see, 0 to 100. But here we only have 30, 70, and 50. So yeah, and the key levels, so above 70 is market considered overbought, so price went up too fast, and it could be a possible pullback or reversal, but just need to wait for the other also signs on the market as a candlestick patterns, for example the pin bars or the doji candles, or for example the shadows on the upper of the candle showing that for example buyer couldn't break this level, so that's why the shadows appeared on the chart. So now let's wait. By the way, it's 15 seconds here. We almost closed the trade, but as we can see, we got a corrective candle, so it's kind of dangerous. But we actually closed all of the previous 5 trades in the plus, as you can see. So it's pretty good. Plus 159 points. Okay, we closed this one as well. I'm showing you all of the, and the second one we also closed. As you can see, it's pretty good. So we already closed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades in a row in the plus. I think that's pretty good result. So as you can see, it also depending on the chart, like if we have here, here we have pretty consistent upward trend. So that's why it's going without any problems. You see, we don't need to have any catch-ups or something. And we just close all of the trades in the plus here. Good morning from Indiana. Good morning. You changed for 5 minutes before 3 minutes. Yeah. Yep. That's why also. Oh, here it could be some reversal. As you can see, it started already reversing in a downward direction a little bit. At the same time, it could be a corrective candles, but I will open here a trade in the downward direction already, because as we can see, our line of RSI start moving in the downward direction, already going out of the overbought zone. So that's how we don't waste the time, and we will already cover this trade. Yeah, explain how you got to know about the time frame. It was 10 at first, then 5, then 3, then again 5. Because guys, I'm changing the time of the expiration and the time frames just to show you how it could be different with the different time of the expiration. First, I was showing you just the strategy with the M10 time frame when we were using the alligator indicator, you remember? So now, for example, I changed to M10 time frame, and we use like alligator. Here it is. Right, so this is, I'm just gonna show you, like, this is just to show you the a longer time of the expiration situation. So here, for example, we also can see that our price achieved the previous resistance level, so that's why it's reversed in a downward direction right now, even though from the indicators, for example from the alligator, we don't have the signal yet, because again it's giving you more like longer trade and longer signal, so it could be delayed a little bit. So that's why we trade on the short-term trade. So that's why I changed the time frame to M2. That's how I have more candles on the chart, and that's how I have more information from them. And that's why I also use 2 moving averages here. But at the same time, now as we can see, the price reversed a little bit. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen here. Maybe it will achieve the resistance level yet, and maybe it will break this level, who knows, or maybe at the same time it could again achieve this resistance level and move in the downward direction, because it's pretty strong resistance level that was also tested before. You see, it was tested before here, actually a lot of times, so it's pretty strong resistance level as we can see. So we just gonna wait here. And yeah, I'm always changing actually the time of the expiration, depends on the situation. If I see like really strong upward trend without any fluctuations, I can use even like 2 minutes, because I see that it's really confident without any problems going in the upward direction. If I see that it's a lot of the corrections, I use usually 4 minutes per trade. So that's how, in case of this kind of the situations, our price will still reverse in the direction that we need, but it's still not giving us 100% guarantee that it will happen like this. Because at the same time, like for example, for all of the 3 minutes and 30 seconds, it could go in the upward direction as we need, and then in the last second it can reverse in a downward direction. Also now it looks a little bit like it could be the so you can see we're really close to our entry point, but it was still in the plus for this trade. And for this trade, we have 1 minute, so it could also reverse in a downward direction. So maybe we will close this one, and then we'll close this one as well. So now here is 21 seconds. We're in the plus, it's going pretty well. As you can see now, it's some kind of the sideways movement started. You can see that our candles is almost all the same size, and they're moving just sideways. You see, there is no trend. So it's like one green candle, one red candle, one green candle, one red candle. But yeah, this trade we're gonna close now, definitely. So yeah, we close the first trade, perfect. This trade maybe we will not close because the candle is not that strong enough here. But as we can see, it's a new candle appear on the chart. Also, it's red. So let's check it out, 10 seconds. But yeah, it's kind of far away. I think now it will start pretty good reversal here. As you can see, it's fluctuating again, and the payout already is 88%. But we closed all of the other trades, so I think it's it's pretty good. So we will continue, guys, with you also today in the VIP Club channel. I remind you that this is going to be a trading session there. So I hope you all like today's live stream. Thank you so much for your activity, for your questions, and